Since World War I ended 50 years ago this month, Remembrance Day has been observed in Canada and in other Commonwealth countries to remember the members of their armed forces who have died in the line of duty. On the 11th day of November each year, we recall the official end of World War I at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of the year of 1918. With hostilities of the war that was to end all wars, as it became known, coming to a formal end with the signing of an armistice by the German forces. This day was specifically dedicated by King George V on 7th of November 1919 as a day of remembrance of members of the armed forces of Great Britain and the Commonwealth countries who were killed in action during World War I. The red poppy comes from a symbol found in a poem penned by then Major John McCrae at the battlefront on May 3, 1915, during the Second Battle of Ypres, Belgium. At the time he was a surgeon attached to the 1st Field Artillery Brigade, treating injured men, Canadians, British, Indians, French, and Germans, in the Ypres salient. The poppy has become a familiar emblem of Remembrance Day. These poppies bloomed across some of the worst battlefields of World War I. Their brilliant red color, an appropriate symbol for the blood spilled during this war. Following World War I, a series of columns titled Diary of a Soldier, 1914-1918, written by Harry Birtwistle, appeared in the Forest Free Press. A few excerpts from portions of his diary, written beginning in May of 1915, follow. May 10th. Bombardment continued. We packed up in a hurry off to Le Grogue. Very warm day. We got out of Le Grogue at 4 p.m. We have to hold ourselves in readiness to move at any time. At 7 p.m. we marched up to the hospital. Then the whole field ambulance left Le Gorge at 8 p.m. for Bethune. Arrived at 2:30 a.m. We stayed in the French barracks. Bethune is a very fine place. We marched 60 miles today. May 15th. Fine morning. In the evening we moved off at 6 p.m. to Richbourg-les-Basses. Arrived at 8 p.m. near Les Basses. Artillery opened fire for about an hour. B section went a little further down the line, so we put up the night in a hut not far from our guns, here again at 7 p.m. It continues until 4 a.m. In the meantime, the 20th Brigade has made a charge. The first charge by the Border Regiment captured the tents. May 16th, Sunday. Lots of wounded. One of the grenadiers told me he got up the trench where the Germans were. They shot him through the wrist, but a few minutes later our men made another charge and captured the trench where he was. Then he told me he got his own back. They did not take him. Jack Johnson's firing galore. This is Richbourg-Laverie. I wrote this under a pear tree whilst the shot and shells were flying around. We have taken 200 prisoners up to now. We had just got our patient on the stretcher and lifted him onto our shoulders when a shell came over. It burst about 30 yards from us, but the time fuse only took off the nose. So I said to my men, just put him down for a second whilst I get it. So when I picked it up, it was really hot. I could hardly hold it. At the going down of the sun, we shall remember them.